Yo, it's your boy Devon Lesesne, and I'm back again with another 10-minute drill. Before I get started, can y'all please hit the like button, please hit the share button, please subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about the unanimous passing of the Juneteenth bill to make it an official holiday, how I feel about it, what I think, and I just want to bring this to y'all. Before I do that, please, I want to shout out attend our event, DC Young Democrats. If you here in Washington, D.C., that's going to be Thursday, June the 18th, which is tomorrow. And we are going to be at 2228 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in celebration of Juneteenth to kick off the weekend, as we'll be having a peace march on Friday as well. You can go over to my IG or the IG of DC Young Democrats at DCYDS. Also, shout out to ADOS, who will also be live streaming their event on Saturday at 7. And they're going to be announcing how to get engaged with the American descendants of slavery, which is what we're going to be talking about today, because that's what Juneteenth is all about. So, today, Chuck Schumer has announced that there was a unanimous passing of the bill to make Juneteenth a holiday. And again, when we say unanimous, that means that both sides are coming to an agreement really swiftly. They're expecting Joe Biden to pass this bill almost immediately. On the front end, I want to say that I'm all for the actual bill being passed, right? I'm not necessarily against the visibility or the increased awareness around Juneteenth and people celebrating a holiday. I think that's a very good thing. I want to appreciate and say thank you to all of the people who are at the grassroots level or just your scholars who are and have been pushing this holiday for the longest as it's been around with us, because again, the holiday was birthed out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, based on the freedom of enslaved individuals, Americans, in 1865. And so when we had a conversation in and around it, I think what moves me to the other side, and just my 2 cents on it, is that I want everybody to understand that as we celebrate, as we appreciate the increased awareness, I want us to understand that a holiday means nothing. A holiday is symbolism. We have MLK Day. We have a myriad of holidays. We've had a myriad of organizations, whether it be the CBC, the NAACP. We've had holidays. We've had initiatives such as Black Lives Matter, which is also a group. We've had SNCC. We've had all of these different people come through and come past, and their energy was co-opted and used for the elites that exist within America to kind of quell, and I wouldn't say even kind of, but quell the beast that exists within the overall collective awareness and awakening of a community that is ADOS. That is the descendants of American slavery, not just Blacks in general. And I ask, if you are watching this video and you are a POC and you are a continental African, I want you to understand that to help us get across this line, because the issue that I have with it is that you can't, on one hand, unanimously pass Juneteenth, but then at the same time, there is so much pushback for reparations for the American descendants of slavery. You can't have both of those exist at the same time. It's also very interesting to me that you have both parties. I spoke on this. You could check out our video that we did on CRT, critical race theory, right now in the Twilight Zone.
Do we have a very serious problem?
A very serious problem, because while they are unanimously passing a bill that makes Juneteenth a holiday, we're also having a discussion around should critical race theory be taught or not taught in schools. Now, for those who don't know, I would sum critical race theory up to it is the anchor in which you can understand how America legally and economically has went about perpetuating, entrenching, and reinforcing racism. So you had capitalistic values which were attached to dehumanizing a specific group of people, and then you had the legal parameters that actually locked those in place and made it so that other people, whether you are a POC or another white person, immigrant white person, you had to fall within to those legal confines, which made you actively participate within the economic apparatus that creates the degradation and decimation of the American descendants of slave, while also suffering punishment if you did. Again, that's why you got the whole N-word lover term and why that will get you killed just like it would have got you killed back in the day, right? And so it was just interesting to me that we had all of these different moving pieces all at the same time. But here you tell me that unanimously y'all can agree on giving us a holiday. We don't want a holiday. We don't need a holiday. What we need is resources. What we need is actual tangible policy solutions. What we need is regulations put in place that doesn't allow people to do things such as predatory lending or what they doing now in terms of buying up houses 200, 300% above the asking price to drive out people. What we need is, when you talk about the George Floyd Act, is not the amplification of police forces, but rather the redirection of resources. What we need is not when people say defund the police, even though I understand how much of a bad marketing slogan that is. But what we need, because I feel the same way that people, dread the R word when it comes to reparations, but reparations is really reconstruction. Reparations is really just the redistribution of monies and power in America, so that when people talk about, white supremacy, I want y'all to understand that America is the epicenter of race as the ideology. America is the epicenter of race as the ideology. I need you all to understand that there would be no race without America. Though it has been pervasive and has moved across the globe, I want everybody to understand again that race justified slavery. Slavery was the first business endeavor in America and has been such and modified throughout time when it comes to the destruction of labor and the undermining of labor. So I say all that to say, man, I appreciate the visibility. I, bang with the visibility. I appreciate everybody celebrating, everybody loving it, having a good time. I'm not against that. I just need y'all to stay aware and not think that this is some win. This is not a win. This is actually, in the way that they have been moving, disrespectful, highly disrespectful. So to all Democrats, leadership Democrats, if you feel some type of way about what I'm saying, how about sit down at the table with ADOS, sit down at the table with the Cornel Wesses, sit down at the table with the I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the woman who wrote the piece on Black banks and how that doesn't necessarily work. But do that so we can develop policy. Do that so we can have regulations. Do that so we can have direct cash payments as it relates to this, because I'm tired of hearing that you can't do it. We know you can do it. It's been done. There's models across the world in terms of how you can do reparations and how it can work over time. So I don't want to hear the trickery language and the fear mongering of deficit hawks anymore, because we know this can be done. So stop playing. But you know what? Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Y'all think they playing with us? Y'all think they just trying to get us to shut up? Think they trying to co-opt the energy? Do you think this is genuine? Do you think it's something on the other side of this as they're coming to terms or coming to the light? And I'm going to tell you now, I don't think they coming to the light. They're going to have to show me, because they done enough dirt and dumb, crazy nonsense that I don't believe nothing.
nobody got time for that.
Nope. Nope. So y'all go ahead, please hit the like button. Please share the video. Please subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Again, check out our IG. Check out our YouTube. We go live every Saturday. If you want to hop in on Eavesdrop, deliver your comments. You do not have to agree. I just always ask that people be respectful, and that is all. But it's been good with your beautiful people. I'm going to head out, and y'all be safe and enjoy. Thank you.